everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. We're back with another pre-release kit and build. Let's build a sealed pool. Who's ready? Let's find out what we get. And remember, if you're watching this video and you need a pre-release code, hit me up on Twitter or hit me up in the comments. Let me know that you need a code and we can work something out. I have plenty of codes. They're good for 6 packs of Throne of Eldraine on Arena, and they're only good one per account. So keep that in mind. There's our promo card, which I like to keep hidden until the end. There's our arena code. See, congratulations. Get even more rewards in Magic the Gathering. See other side for code. It's on the other side. I'm going to put it with the other code cards I have here. Like this. Boom. There it is. There's your little divider and your thingies. There's your packs. There's your die. It's interesting. I've gotten every color of die out of these kits now, except white. Look, see? I've got... I guess that's not the right set, but let's see. This one? So there's a green one. There's a black one. There's a blue one. There's a red one. I have no white. I've gotten every color except white. I don't know if white exists. Maybe it just doesn't exist, and that's why I haven't got it yet. I don't know. All right. I'm going to open this pack up right here, ba-boom, like this. Let's do a build, right? We're doing a build, so I got to keep that in mind. Put the cards off to the side. Put the packs up there like that. That should be... You guys can still see the packs. Good. White, blue, red, blue... black, green, lands. Okay, we've got a Merfolk Secret Keeper. We're into uncommons now. We've got Covetous Urge. Sir Conrad is very good in limited. Holy moly, we got an Embercleave. Alright. We got Sage of the Falls, and our first rare is Embercleave. This card is just absolutely bonkers in limited. It just absolutely catches people off guard like crazy because it has flash. It's a flash equipment that equips to something as soon as you play it, right? This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. When Embercleave enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. Like, so it doesn't give a lot in the area of boosting things. Like, it doesn't give a lot of power and toughness. But for 6 mana or 4 mana or 3 mana, depending on how many creatures you're swinging with, you can equip it to something at instant speed to essentially just crash in for a bunch of damage because it's trample and double strike, which is pretty bonkers. That being said, our red is pretty lackluster at the moment, so we'll have to see. Our blue seems like the strongest at the moment, but we'll see. You can see this weapon rack and stuff, right? I can move these up a bit so that you can see my artifact. Actually, I can kind of put my lands like over here. I don't really need the lands to be super relevant in shot, right? That makes sense. Tall as a Beanstalk, Vantress Paladin, Embereth Shieldbreaker, Frogify, Grumgully, and Once Upon a Time as our rare. Well, Once Upon a Time is a good thing to hit. We got a Dwarf token and a Mountain. Okay, okay. Right now, white's looking pretty weak. White's looking pretty weak. Red's turning around a bit. Like, that merchant is very good. Blue is looking fairly strong, and black is looking mediocre. And by that, I mean, like, the cards in black are all very good, except for the Lost Legion is kind of like a filler card. But, like, Sir Conrad, Malevolent Noble, and Forbidding Fruit are all very good. White is looking pretty mediocre. Because, I mean, like, Outflank is okay. Barter Cow is not great. Youthful Knight is pretty good. And Beloved Princess is okay. Roving Keep. Sorcerer's Broom. Embereth Shieldbreaker. Ferocity of the Wilds. This card is just absolute garbage. Okay, we got Torbrand. Torbrand works very well with Embercleave. So, I feel like we're probably going to be forcing some sort of red deck. It's just a matter of what color do we put with it. Fairy. And right now it's looking like blue, to be completely honest. Okay. Cauldron. Another Brimstone. Crashing Drawbridge. Tall as a Beanstalk. Witches. Mystical Dispute, Wintermoor Commander, Venerable Knight, and another red rare, Fervent Champion. Wow. Okay. Okay. This pool is basically building itself at this point. We're playing red. I don't think we have an option not to play red. It's just a matter of what do we play with the red. And right now, blue has the most options. But ideally, we would want to play like white or black with red to get the knight synergies going. Especially since we have 2 Wintermoor commanders. Wow. But we also have got now this Escape to the Wilds, which is a nice red-green card. And we got a Rampant Smasher, and we got a foil Rosethorn Halberd. Okay. I mean, red-green is definitely a thing, because I mean, like, you can go Smasher, Grumgully, right? Covetous Urge, not so much. Same with Commanders, not so much. The white-black is not looking strong enough right now for us, with this pack, or with this kit. Appetite of the Unnatural. No, no. Blue is looking very strong. Bognaughty and oh, Gaddock. Okay. And we got a foil Savory Hunter, or Savvy Hunter, I should say. Savor. I guess it's kind of like a Savory Hunter because it makes food tokens. Is that is that why I got it confused? Probably. All right, Savvy Hunter is very good. Holy moly. I really want to play blue-red, I think, with this pool. Let's see about white. Playable, not really, not really. Playable, 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 not really, playable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards in white playable, so white is definitely out. Let's look at blue. Playable, playable, playable. Not so much. I'm not a big fan of Mystical Dispute. It's okay. It's too expensive, in my opinion. It can catch your blue opponents off guard, so it's not a bad sideboard card when you're playing best of 3. Queen of Ice is good, Charm Sleep is good, Opt is good, Frogify is good, Vantress Paladin is good, Moonlit Scavengers is good, Sage of the Falls. Draw a card if you do discard a card. It's just a looter. It seems mediocre. I mean, like, maybe. Runaway Together, very good. Another copy of Opt we would definitely play as well. So that puts us at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 playables in blue. Alright, in black. Very good. Playable. Very good. Playable. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Playable. So all of our black cards are actually playable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 playables in black. I mean, so black could be okay. Redcap Raiders is just a filler card, right? I mean, it's a 3/2 for 3. It says whenever Redcap Raiders attacks, you may tap an untapped non-human creature. If you do, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's playable. Playable. Thrill of Possibility is good. Trebuchet is good. Merchant is good. Trebuchet is good. Trebuchet doesn't work very well with Embercleave, but it works great with Torbrand, because this does 1 damage, and Torbrand's like, by the way, if a red source would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent, it deals that much damage +2. So this pings for 3 instead of only 1. And we have 3 of them, I'm pretty sure. Right? Embereth is good. Ferocity is just garbage. Searing Barrage is good. Merchant is good. Embereth is fine. Yes. Fine. 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 So, like, we have some very good playables in red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17. Yeah, so, I mean, like, we have 17 playables just in red. So we could definitely be looking at, like, one of our other colors. Like, instead of playing red-blue, like, if the blue doesn't complement the red well enough, like for instance, these Merfolk Secret Keepers are not great for the blue-red deck that we're trying to build with the rares we have, right? We want to be, like, doing damage. So if we're looking at that, like, we're not playing Mill, right? Mill is strong. Don't get me wrong. Mill is very strong, especially with Runaway Together, right? But it's not the type of deck we want to build around the rares. And I mean, like, maybe we abandon the rares, but I don't think we do. I think Embercleave and Torbrand and Fervent Champion are too good to just ignore, right? So I mean, like, then you would end up with like this, and like this is okay, but it's not great in this type of deck. The Sprite's fine, Queen of Ice is fine, Charmed is good, Paladin is fine, but like we don't have a lot of early game aggro in blue, right? So maybe that's just out, and maybe we're just playing like a green-red deck, which is possible as well, right? Because I mean, like, our red's not. Let's look at our green and see. This card is fine. It's okay. I mean, for 2 mana, +3/+3, and then it's +5/+5 if you sack a food. If you have the food to sack, it's a great card because it gives +5/+5 at instant speed. I'm not a huge fan of the Halberd, right? So when it enters battlefield, attach it to target non-human creature you control. It gets +2/+1. It's fine, but the 5 mana equip is pretty bad. Tall as a Beanstalk is a good way to get 2 for 1. Return to Nature is definitely playable in the main deck. Garenbraid Carver is a fine trick. Spider is okay. We've got 3. Oh, geez. Okay, our green is not very strong. Our green is not very strong. That being said, what's our red? Do we have a lot of humans? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 humans in red, plus the Fervent Champion. Okay, so we have 4 humans in red, right? So Grumgully is actually pretty decent in a green-red deck because, like, we're not playing any of those. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 in green, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards in red, green, that will get benefit from Grumgully, right? And then in our artifacts, Cauldron is very good. We would probably play both. Egg can be fine. Weapon Rack can be good if you have the right stuff. Let's look at our promo card too, right? Let's not forget about that. Folio. Okay, Folio is very good in Limited. I won several games with it. If you can draw it on turn 2, it's great. This card, if you play this on turn 2 and mill your opponent on turn 3 with it, it mills at minimum probably 5 to 6 cards. If not more, depending on what they've been playing. Because if you go first and you play this on turn 2, you get to mill them on your turn 3, which is still only their turn 2. So they've probably played 2 lands and then maybe 1 permanent, maybe 2 if they're lucky, right? So at minimum, they will have 4 cards in their hand. Well, 3 mana to mill 4 is pretty decent when they only have a 40-card deck, right? That's 10%. So it's definitely a good card, and we have 2 Merfolk Secret Keepers. I don't know if it would sway me away from the whole... I mean, we have Gaddock as well, which is nice. But I don't know if it would sway me away from all of these red rares we have, right? Because this is a 1-mana, 1/1 first strike haste. And whenever it attacks another attacking knight you control, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Equip abilities you activate that target Fervent Champion cost 3 less, right? So that means that if this ever falls off, it costs nothing to equip to him, right? We also have, like, the hasty boots in here, which we don't necessarily need, but they would cost nothing to equip as well, which is interesting. And then you could then run, like, your other, this thing, right? Right? Because equipping it to him, even though he's human, would only cost 2 instead of 5. Right? Can't equip it to him immediately because he's a human, right? But you could play it. I think I would still go with red-green, personally. Green-black looks pretty cool, too. These 2 Wintermoor commanders are really, really good in the right deck. We didn't get any knights, really, in red, which is kind of weird. Like, none of these are knights, right? 1, 2. We got 2 knights in red. 3 with the Fervent Champion. Right? So, like, our knights are, like, not super strong, right? But that's okay, because Embercleave doesn't care about knights, it just cares about creatures that get in for damage. Now, that being said, maybe you go red-blue just so that you can have your flyers that you can equip Embercleave to give them evasion. But we only have two. We only have two flyers. We have Steel Gaze Griffin and Vantress Paladin, right? Oh, we have the Hypnotic Sprite. So we have 3 flyers in blue, right? We have no other flyers in blue. So, I mean, like, it's not particularly crazy. I think I would probably go red-green just because we have enough playables in red to make our deck pretty solid with just red. And then we have a decent amount of other green cards that go with red that could just, like, fill the gaps that we need to get to where we need to be for our count, right? So green would be kind of like a splash into our mono red deck. I think that's probably where I would go. Maybe you can make a stronger deck if you go red-black and then you just ignore these because, like, black is pretty strong too. But like the Bognati's great, but only if you can make food, right? If you don't make food, then it's not going to be great. And we have the Savvy Hunter, which is a great way to make food, but we're not playing green-black. Like our green-black pools are not strong enough to survive together. And we don't have any fixing other than 1 egg to basically make, like, if we wanted to try and go 3 colors, right? And do, like, maybe we do some sort of weird, like, green, blue, red deck, right? So maybe we go Teamer, right? And try to, like, splash things. But I don't know. I think I would just go with red-green to be consistent, more consistent with the deck. That's probably what I would do. I don't think the white is strong enough. No, the white's definitely not strong enough to continue. I mean, you could go red-white knights, because you do have a lot of knights in white, I guess. Like, because we have what? 1. No, we don't even have 2. We have 2? 3. We have 3 knights in white. That's not enough. How many in black do we have? 1. Just 1. Yeah, so this is what I mean. Oh, we have 2, because we've lost. So, like, our knight pool was pretty shallow, actually, in this kit. So, doing a knight deck would not really be great. But I think Torbran with the pingers, these Brimstone trebuchets, even though we don't have a lot of knights to untap them, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's still going to be decent with the... I mean, pinging for 3 is pretty good. And I mean, there are 1/3 that get in the way of a lot of things on the ground. So I think that's probably where I'd go. Anyway, let me know below in the comments below what you think you would have done with this kit had you opened it. I think that's probably what I would have done. Maybe we would have gone like 2-1 or, you know, 2-2 if it was 4 rounds. Who knows? But I think we could have got at least a couple wins out of this deck for sure. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I've been your host, MrBevers. I hope you enjoyed this pre-release kit opening and build of a sealed pool and discussion. If you want to help support the channel, you could do so over on my Patreon, where you can get things like grab bags, booster boxes, bundles, all that good stuff. Pretty much all my patrons who, donate at one of the magic tiers or higher get a card or cards back every month for the money they put in, which is basically stuff I open on the channel. So if you want to get yourself some cards that I opened up on the channel myself, that's a way to do it. If you can't support with a monetary value, thanks for just watching. But don't forget you can also like, share, and subscribe. Sharing the video to any of your websites like Facebook or Reddit or Twitter or wherever, anywhere that people will see it, will greatly help. And I would greatly appreciate it. If you can't do that, thanks for just watching. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.